Hello and welcome to today's edition of Daf Yomi, Tractate Masechet Bava Daf 110, Omid A. So let's dive straight in. So carrying on from the last Omid, the Gemara suggests, common here proof to Rava's opinion from Mishnah Ketubah 79b. If a woman after marriage had old vines and olive trees that were bequeathed to her by means of inheritance, so the trees sold as wood and land is acquired with them, and her husband consumes the produce, while the land itself belongs to the wife, the Gemara answers that the text should be amended to say, and they grew old. Amara his kinu. Rashi explains that trees aged before their time, and an alternate version of the text actually states this explicitly. The other commentaries, though, question how this is implied by the language found in the standard text. One answer offered is that she did not inherit old trees, but rather trees that grew old, and therefore did not have this outcome in mind when the trees came to her possession. According to this opinion, it makes no difference whether or not the trees aged before their time, meaning that they were not old when she inherited them, but they aged with the passage of time. And if you wish, say, do we not already establish that Mishnah as referring to a case where the vines or olive trees were bequeathed to her in a different field, that did not belong to her, since in that case she inherited only trees but not the land itself, they are considered the principal. Consequently, the husband taking all of it would consume the principal entirely. Therefore, they must be sold as wood, with the proceeds used to purchase the land, for the purchase of land. The Gemara relates, there was a certain mortgage document in which it was written that the land is granted to the creditor for an unspecified number of years. The creditor said it was for 3 years, whereas the debtor said it was for 2 years. So what's the footnote? If a rental document or mortgage stated years without specifying how many, and the creditor claimed it was for 3 years, while the owner of the debtor says it was only for 2 years, the former went ahead and consumed the produce is considered in his possession until the landowner provides proof to the contrary. Some authorities maintain that if the court sees this matter will not be clarified, the creditor is forced to pay for the produce he consumed during the 3rd year. Rambam says he was the Shulchan Aruch 157, 17:3. While the issue was being adjudicated, the creditor arose and consumed the produce of the field in the 3rd year. Which of them is deemed credible and accepted? Rabbi Yehuda said the halacha is that the land remains in its owner's possession. Therefore, the debtor has a presumptive right to the land, while the creditor who owns the document must provide proof for his claim. Rabbi Kahana said the produce remains in the possession of the one who consumed it, and therefore the creditor's claim is accepted. The Gemara states, and the halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Kahana, who said that the produce remains in the possession of the one who consumed it. The Gemara asks, but don't we maintain that the halacha is according to the opinion of Rabbi Nachman, who said with regard to uncertainty concerning a rental during the extra month of a leap year, the land remains in his owner's possession, and he has the rights to that month. These two rulings appear to contradict each other. The Gemara answers, there is a matter that will not be revealed because it is impossible to clarify the certainty concerning whether the month is included. By contrast, here it is a matter that will be revealed, as the witnesses who sign the document may eventually reveal what is stated, and we do not trouble the court to convene twice. Therefore, the produce should remain in the possession of the one who consumed until the matter is resolved. The Gemara analyzes another case involving a mortgaged land. The creditor says that the mortgage was for 5 years, while the debtor who owns the land say it was for 3. If one took possession of a field as a mortgage and stayed there for 3 years, and there are no witnesses that he took it as a mortgage, if he claims that the terms of the mortgage allow him to retain the field for an additional 2 years, he is deemed credible, as he could have claimed that he had purchased it. This applies even if he says he had a mortgage document and lost it. This is the ruling of the Rif, the Rambam, and the Rosh, and according to Rabbi Yehuda, as Rav Ashi apparently accepts his opinion. According to the Shach, see the Baal Halachot Gedolot, the Ramban, Rabbeinu Yonah, and others all dispute this ruling and maintain that the halacha is according to the opinion of Rav Zivit and Rav Avira. This should be considered an uncertain case of Montefic law and should be treated accordingly. The Rambam says, "Mishpat mehilchot kirit the Shulchan Aruch Mishpat 157, 17. For the debtor said to the creditor, give me your document so that we can see what is written there. And they said to him, I lost the document. The reader said the creditor is incredible and accepted. In this case, he could have made a more. The creditor is incredible and accept in this case since he could have made a more advantageous claim amigo. So what's amigo? The concept refers to an important legal argument used to support the claim of one of the parties in a dispute. If one of the listeners could have made a claim more advantageous to his cause than he actually did, then assuming he is telling the truth, the amigo argument may be expressed in the following manner. Had he wanted to lie, he would presumably have put forward the claim most advantageous to himself. Since he could have made a superior claim but did not do so, he therefore must be telling the truth. There are certain limitations governing the application of this principle. For example, there is no migo where there are witnesses. See Ketubah 27b. In other words, migo is not effective when witnesses contradict the litigant's claim. The principle of migo is the subject of how legal analysis in the Talmud and commentaries. As the mortgage document is missing, and even according to the claim of the debtor, he could be in control of the land for 3 years required for presumptive ownership. If he wants to lie, he could say, that was purchased by me. Since he did not submit this superior claim, his claim should be accepted. Rav Papa said to Rav Ashi, Rav Zevid and Rav Aviva do not hold this opinion of Rav Yehuda. What is the reason for this? Since the document stands ready for collecting the debt, the creditor would certainly be careful with regard to it. Since he wants to ensure his money is returned, it's likely he actually lost it. Rather, he is merely hiding his document, as he thinks I will consume the project of the field for 2 extra years. They want to analyze Rabbi Yehuda's opinion. Ravina said to Rav Ashi, if that is so, that Rabbi Yehuda is correct, then with regard to this mortgage according to the custom practice in Surah, the Rambam explained that the Gemara cites the explanation of the mortgage of Surah because Rav Ashi maintains that the creditor is permitted to consume the project of the land in payment of the debt only with regard to the mortgage of this kind. Alternatively, the question is less problematic concerning other types of mortgages that were not instituted by the sages, and there is no concern that it leads to a distortion of justice. Moran discusses this idea more length. The Ravid contends that concerning other types of mortgages, the owner of the land can evict the creditor at any time, whereas a mortgage of Surah applies for a predetermined period. A city in Babylonia, in which they write this: upon completion of these years of the mortgage, this land shall leave the creditor's possession and return to its owner without the debtor paying any money. 67b. In a case where the creditor hid the mortgage document. So what does that mean? If one took possession of a field as a mortgage, he does not obtain presumptive ownership over it after 3 years as long as the facts of the case remain known. Nevertheless, it is advisable for the debtor to lodge a protest in 3 years in case the creditor hides the mortgage document and waits for the matter to be forgotten before claiming that he had purchased the field. And that's from the Shulchan Aruch Hashemit, 151. Would the sages, and said that the land was purchased by me, so too is it possible that he is the incredible? The commentators engage in a dispute concerning the meaning of Ravina's question as well as which of the opinions it is directed. Some maintain based on Rashi that the difficulty lies in the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Rav Zevid and Rav Aviva hold that one would not dare lie about a mortgage when the truth is like to come out. By contrast, since Rabbi Yehuda deems the credible when he said he purchased the field, his concern does not apply to a mortgage of Surah. Others contend, and quite relevant to the opinion of Rav Zevid as well, as he too agrees that the claim that the creditor purchased the field is valid in principle. Nevertheless, if the creditor said he lost the document, this is effectively amigo that is contradicted by witnesses, as one would certainly not treat a document of this kind in such a careless manner. Consequently, if there is no clear counter-argument of this kind, creditor's claim that he purchased the field will be accepted. The assumption behind the question, then, is that apparently people in general are aware of the need to lodge a protest only if the land has been seized by a robber, but if it was given to someone as a mortgage, they do not realize that a protest is required, or is so even effective. Says the Rosh. Would the sages institute a matter that might cause a loss? As she said, Rav Ashi said to him, there in the mortgage of Surah is instituted for the landowner, i.e. the debtor, the landowner, i.e. the debtor pays the land taxes and digs the trenches for the irrigation of the field. In this manner, his ownership is preserved and established. Ravina asks further, with regard to land that has no need for trenches, for which he does not pay taxes, what could he have done? But she said to him he should have protested. If one has been physically in possession of property for a period of time, It serves as proof that the person in possession is in fact, as he claims, the legal owner. The period varies according to the nature of the property. E.g., real estate requires 3 years. One who is able to prove uninterrupted possession for the necessary period is no longer required to produce documentary evidence of a legal title to the property. In order to preclude the one using the property from claiming ownership after 3 years, the owner must lodge a purchase during that period. For 3 years needed for presumptive status has passed by noting that the land was his. Verena again inquires, if he did not protest, was halacha? Rashi replied, in that case, he caused no loss by failing to take the necessary precautions. The Gemara discusses another case. If a sharecropper says, I descended to a field for half the produce, it would appear that the same question applies even if the sharecroppers had already consumed half the crops. Is the value of that which he unlawfully consumed removed from him? As this was the agreement that we made, that the homeowner says, I set him down for only 1/3 of the produce. If a sharecropper claims that the owner agreed he's entitled to half the produce, or the owner says that he stipulated that he should receive only 1/3, the reason custom is followed. As Allah in the contrary of Nachman indicates the monetary law, Bava Metzia Daf, Tofin 85 Shulchan 35, who is deemed credible and his claim consequently accepted. While Yehuda says the homeowner is deemed credible and his claim is consequently accepted, while Nachman says all matters are in accordance with the regional custom. Commentators infer from here that amigo is not accepted if it contradicts an established custom, as this is considered amigo against witnesses. Ramban says to own him. Other commentators contend that no principle may be used on here, and Nachman rejects this particular amigo as a weak argument, whereas in other cases he might accept amigo even if it runs counter to local custom or retumum. As the terms of their agreement are known, this sharecropper should have the same status as other sharecroppers in that location. They understood from the above discussion that these two stages do not disagree, but referring to different cases. This one, Rabbi Nachman stated his ruling with regard to a location where the sharecropper takes half, in which case the sharecropper is believed, while that one, Rabbi Yehuda, stated his ruling with regard to a location where the sharecropper takes 1/3, in which case the homeowner is believed. Rav Mari, son of the daughter of Shmuel, said to them, this is what Rabbi said. They disagree with regard to location when the sharecropper usually takes half. In that case, Rabbi Yehuda said that here too the homeowner is incredible and his claim is consequently accepted. And if he wants to lie, he could say the other is not a sharecropper at all, but merely my hired worker who receives a stipulated wage, or my gleaner performs occasional work for me, but there's no prearranged share of the crop at all. The Gemara addresses another issue. If the field was on lien for loan and the debtor died, and the orphans who inherited the field say we enhanced, the orphans say we enhanced. The early commentators note that this refers to a field that the debtor, the orphan's father, set aside as designated repayment, as in other cases a different halacha applies to a buyer and orphans. That's from Tosfot Ketubot 96b, says the Rosh, the land after we inherited it. And therefore the creditor does not have a right to that enhancement, and the creditor says, your father enhanced it, and I am entitled to the land as it is, upon whom does the burden to bring proof for. That's the end of the Omid. Thank you for listening, and wish you all the best. Peace in Israel. Take care, bye.